Task 1 was to separate the camera matrices in the shader. So here I have them separate. And here it is. Task 2 is to create the pyramid. Oops, let's bring that back later. Task 2, pyramid. Okay, so here's my code to draw the pyramid. And there's the pyramid. Task 3 was the one with the pre-made models on the screen. So this is the code for the different models. And there's 3 models, 3 colors. Okay, task 4 was the one to show 2 shaders. So that one over here, I picked the shader and then I drew the objects that use the shader. And then I set the other shader and drew the other objects. It took me a while to figure out that I was supposed to do that one. At first I was doing that in the initialization stage. And I was wondering why I wouldn't use 2 shaders. And the reason was because it was overwriting the buffer. And here it is. Okay, so for further work 1, I did create the objects with the same pointer, and that was set up somewhere over here. Right here. So the pyramid was created here, and the cube was created here. And then when I created the objects, I used the same object. And I think there was a question. Okay, so the advantages of not having two objects holding the same data. So one is, I think it saves space, and the other advantage I thought of was if we have a bunch of different objects that are the same data, if we wanted to update that data, then we'd have to update all the objects. So the advantage of not having to do that would, the advantage of not having 2 model objects holding the same data is that we can just update once instead of twice, or however many objects we had. Okay, and oh yeah, so for further work 2, that one I wasn't quite sure about, but the little functions I wrote to set the shaders, I brought those over into my header file, and then I moved things that I saw were shader related into it, such as the initialization, the compiling, buffers. Yeah, I guess we'll be learning more about this tomorrow. And then lastly, task 5, which I did not get. Probably could have used another day, or actually another night, but I'll demonstrate what I have so far. My brain just got scrambled from trying to figure out how to map the triangles, and I can't look at it anymore. Okay. Oh wait, wrong folder. Okay, so I was able to draw out the 3-2 because that was easier to draw on paper and guess. But then once I tried to expand it, I just kind of got lost around there. So here's my 3-3 or 3-2. I did notice that I sort of got the top cap, maybe. I don't know if this will work. All right. Hang on. I'm gonna pause the video. I'll be back. Okay, and I've got it checked out on Pureforce so I can show you what I did. And yeah, so the top starts out okay and then it all falls apart. Yeah, and then same for if I made it bigger, just so you get the idea. Yeah, so it's kind of like my night. It started off okay and then I just got more and more confused. And now I can't really think anymore. But yeah, I had one more day, but I don't, so this is what I have.